Hello, 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 my darlings. Well, whoo, we made another day. We made another day. We made another day. I'm glad to be here. It's just lovely. So when I left you last, we were in 2015, which is we were in Florence, Alabama. So it's 2015. No. Let's go back. Maybe 2014. Evelyn got assigned. Anyway, she'll correct whatever I say anyway. In 2014, she got assigned to Florence, Alabama. I have to tell you about Florence, Alabama. But anyway, when she got assigned, we were in Birmingham, and she thought she was gonna go back to New Magnolia. And so, like I told you, she was in school for her a terminal degree, and she got assigned up to Florence. So she had to figure out how to do that semester and come out of school, and then because she was at the leading church in Florence, Alabama, and she had to live up there. She couldn't live in Atlanta where she was going to school. So they didn't have any online classes at that time, so it was all good. So she left her job at Clark Atlanta, and I packed up my stuff because I said, "Where's this? I'm going to." So, you know what? Mamas are a mess, are we not? I don't like this light right here. Too much light, something. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. So, guess what I learned to play? Wait. I'm not going to play it because I'm just not going to take up this kind of time. But I got to at least, oh my goodness. Come on, stop it. I got to at least go. This, I got to do, well, let me see, where's C, wait a minute, not that C, CBAG. Okay. So I learned, da, 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 oh, wait a minute, da, da, let me see, C, G, G, A, G. And that is Old MacDonald had a farm. You all just don't know. I know that's silly to you, but for me, two hands. Did you see two hands? Oh my God. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's go back to Florence, Alabama. This light is not right. Okay, here you go. Florence, Alabama. So we get up to Florence, Alabama. See, my Gary, Indiana was still going on. I had been in Atlanta all these years. I had marched with Dr. King. I had done all of that. We is free at last. And then we go to Florence, Alabama. So nobody tells me about Florence, Alabama. So we just go on because it's my daughter's new church, and let's go. Well, we get there, and they have a place for her to live. I will say that I don't know why I can't think of the church, but anyway, it was a good church, good people, beautiful space. Florence, Alabama, physically beautiful city, waterways, lakes, all kind of. I mean, if it had been anywhere else but there, or if it had been another era, maybe this forthcoming, I could be there now. You could go the Tennessee River, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my God! But it was still. Let me tell you where it was located. 13 minutes from Tennessee and 20 minutes from Mississippi. That's a corner up in there. That was up in the corner. So let's go with our first night. I learned to love it, but the first night. So we get there. They have a nice place for her to live. I know that. That was very nice, and it had an extra room. And that time we had music. I didn't tell you about music, our dog. Oh my God. I would miss music so much. Music. But anyway, Music was with us. So we had a nice place for music, nice place. We bring all our stuff in. We didn't need any furniture, no dishes. They had everything. I mean, that was a parsonage, you want to call it that. It was an apartment complex. It was nice, though. Very nice. I can't tell you all of that. I got to tell you about it. I got to tell you. So we putting stuff together. 2 things happened. The same night, maybe. 3 things happened. I'm giving you 3 things. It may have, 4 things. It may not have happened the same night, but I can give you 4 Florence, Alabama stories. 1 Florence, Alabama story. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. We go to the door. Who knocking on the door? Hello. We live next door, and you have awakened our baby, making all that noise. We can hear the door, the drawers in the kitchen slam. I said, I'm sorry, what did you say? And you making all that noise and blah, 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 blah. It went, I was standing there astonished. I said, we're just moving in. Well, we need for you to be quiet because we got a newborn baby. So if you just moving in, we don't know anything. It's 9 o'clock. We bringing our stuff. We'll have not any furniture's been moved. Just some clothes and some big plastic bags and stuff. Okay. We don't know. We open the drawer. We're not putting anything in the drawer. We're trying to see what's in the drawers, and it was just so complete, So that was number 1, and they eventually moved. They said our dog was aggressive. Anybody y'all knew music. Music was like, if the robbers came in, music said, hey, what y'all want? Want me to help you get something? Okay. So here's another story. So they had a store. So we said, oh, we over by the mall. That's great. So we went into, maybe it was not Dillard's, maybe it was Belts, maybe, I don't know. But it closed at 9:30, maybe, or 9, whenever the store is closed. So we're Atlanta people. We go over there at 8:30. This is a different thing. So we go in there and it's empty. And so I saw a brother, he was selling shoes. I said, well, where are the black people? He said, at home. I said, oh, okay. I mean, I'm new to Florence. I don't know that people aren't out after 9 or out after 8, maybe. I don't know that. People are at home. And that may be a Southern thing. It may not have anything to do with color, but I know that I just didn't see any black people. I said, where are the black people? He said, that's number 2. Number 3, we go over to, I'm not going to even say the name of this store, to the grocery store. Let's say it closes at 9, and we get there at 8:30, coiffed. Oh, God, they got one of these too. We got one in Atlanta on Cascade. Let's go there. Let's go here. So we're talking and walking, and we're seeing nobody. So I said, what black people? Okay. So anyway, I just kept going because we had to get some food, yada, yada, yada. And we got to the door. I think they said, where y'all from? I'm sorry. The long story short is, we stood out like 2 sore thumbs, but we didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there's a rhythm in these small towns. Those of you who are from a small town, I'm from Gary, Indiana, but I guess I left at high school, and I didn't, there's a rhythm, and you have to get into the rhythm. I learned to get in the rhythm, and when I got out of the rhythm, I left. Mm-hmm. That's that story. I learned a lot, though. I needed to have that experience. I need to have that small town experience. Because I had read about experiences like this, but I never experienced them myself. And those of you who grew up small town Southern, where everybody knew everybody. And people were in their place, so to speak. And they were all right with it. Because they went to high school together, or they went somewhere together, they farmed together. The people who owned most of the land on this side knew the black people who owned most of the land on that side. They just grew up like that, but I was still trying to figure it out. You know, I was Georgian up there, and Georgian wasn't working. So I was glad they had some places to eat. They had an Olive Garden. I never ate an Olive Garden that much. I'm gonna say never. I'm gonna say never. But that was the premier place to eat. And then they had a Longhorns. I learned to like all of that. But I tell you what they did have. They had a Krispy Kreme. Yes, they did. And they had the Hot Light. And so another thing that happened was, let me tell you that another story that kind of like, I don't know. Oh, I know. One day, the postman, oh, no. You could get packages, because I was like, where's the Macy's? Where's the, whew. So I ordered some stuff from Macy's online long before. You know, we weren't doing it online like that when I was up there. So I ordered me some stuff. And then we went somewhere, and it stayed out there all day, all night, all the next day. I said, oh. We were in a complex where they had a big complex. So maybe they had 3 black people in it. This particular apartment was always the parsonages. So everybody knew the person who came in there was the pastor of this church, AME church across town. Everybody knew everybody. One day a lady said to me, I saw you at the Walmart. You always smell good. I said, oh, thank you, lady. That's how many folk knew folk, how they knew folk. And then one day, I went to the same mall, and I was standing outside, just standing there. It was nighttime. I was just standing. I was waiting for Evelyn. She had gone somewhere else, and I said, oh, let me walk around this. I need to just walk around a minute. This was another story. And a car drove up. It said, ma'am. I said, yes. Do you need a ride somewhere? I said, no, I don't need a ride. I said, but thank you. I said, my daughter's coming. They said, oh, okay. Because they had never seen me before. I didn't know it was like that. I was a stranger standing outside. Oh, I know it was the honey baked ham. I was standing in front of the honey baked ham. Oh, I was so happy. That's probably why I got problems now, because they had a honey baked ham like in walking distance of the apartment complex. But anyway, we drove all the time. But it was interesting. But the last one, when it was time for me to really go, was when the people at the post office were so nice. I was always up there mailing something back to Atlanta. And one day, and I talked to everybody because you know how I am. And one day, they saw Evelyn out. Somebody saw Evelyn out and said, how's your mama? Is she in town? I felt good about it, but it's just like, I don't know. It was just different for me. It was different. But it was a nice different. One time we went to the hot dog place downtown. I just wanted to go different places. I wanted some ice cream. It was an ice cream soda place. Very nice. They have very unique little small places. I recognized those little small places. We could never eat in those little places. I knew that. But we went, but you can now. It was another place I really ate every Sunday. All the black church people came to that place to eat. And then you had Tuscumbia and where did Aretha Franklin did some music up in, it was a they're known for famous studios up there. You know what? It really wasn't bad. When you felt kind of iffy, you could drive over to the river and sit by the river. Oh, sitting on the dock of the bay. I did some days. I did. Because it was hard to wrap my head around. By the time you went across town in like 5 minutes, I asked where were the black businesses. They said, oh yeah, it's a black business. It's a beauty shop, barber shop, and a nail place. It's just the way small towns are. Small town, Southern. People stayed in their place. You didn't make any waves, you know. My daughter made some waves when she did her anniversary. It was a historical church. W.C. Handy was raised in that church. And they had a Handy parade and a Handy this and a Handy that. So she had a luncheon for the 175th, I think, anniversary. It's an old church. Been there forever. You know, the AME, if you find an AME church downtown, that's where AME churches are usually downtown. And the reason why they're downtown, because that's where we were as a people. You put the church where the people were. You know, if there weren't a whole lot of municipal stuff going on, so we took that area. And then municipalities said, wait a minute. In this particular case, they some kind of way convinced the church to move from downtown, or it would be downtown Florence, downtown Philadelphia, downtown Atlanta. Big Bethel, if my memory is correct, some theologian probably tell me that's not right, but we were the first black church in the state of Georgia, I shouldn't say that, but I think I'm right about that. Anyway, I know that downtown Atlanta, still sitting there. Big Bethel is called Big Bethel because other Bethel burned down, and they were building this one. In descendants of enslaved people. AME Church got a lot of history. You find an AME Church, you're gonna find a lot of history, and that's what we found in Florence. I like the people there. I got my bowling trophy there. People didn't think I could bowl. I didn't remember, but I never said. They said, we're gonna have a little bowling. I said, okay, that'd be good. It's just like that card. You know? I grew up bowling and playing tennis. So you don't forget, it's like riding a bike. And, well, I take that back. You all know that I tried to get on some skates, right? Ooh, I want to go right now. I could see me doing Billie Jean. I could just see me rocking. It better be with a walker. I love skating, but anyway, I digress. Florence, Alabama was good. It took you an hour to get to the nearest highway. You can go one way to get to the highway, or you can go down to Huntsville. Now, we did go to Huntsville. Because we did go to Huntsville. They had a few more restaurants there. But it was an hour drive. Straight down one highway. Straight highway. One highway straight down. We went down there. And that was pretty good to go to Huntsville. You felt like you were in the city. You didn't even see a plane. We had Ben Tankard. Once again, Ben Tankard, our friend, flew his own plane in and came to an event as the guest. guest musician for an event my daughter had at the Marriott. Oh, I got to tell you this story. I hate it when my memory goes like that. When I want to tell you something. Anyway, Rod, that's it. So Rod and Evelyn went to Northwestern University together. Rod and Evelyn went to elementary school. I think they went to elementary school, middle school. He went to North Fourth and Evelyn went to North Side. They went to Northwestern University together. Listen to this story. You know, that's why you know God got some kind of plan, man. Evelyn gets assigned to Florence, Alabama. We don't know that Rod finishes Morehouse, Evelyn finishes Northwestern. They still friends. Rod get married, got children, da 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 da. They just friends, been friends. Evelyn is driving from Florence, Alabama to Atlanta to get some more stuff. So we're in the car. She calls Rod. Rod is saying he's traveling. And she said, where are you traveling from? Where you going? He said, I'm in Alabama. She said, I'm in Alabama. He said, I got a new job. She said, oh, yeah. She said, what you doing? He said, I'm a chef. Got a chef. You know, brilliant computer. No, what's he doing? Accounting. Water something. You know the accounting people? That's Rod. Rod said, I want to cook. He's a chef now. I love it when you just follow your passion. But he says, I have a new position. And I said, what? He said, I got a chef, sous chef something up in the Marriott, a Marriott. She said, oh yeah, where? He said, Florence, Alabama. She said, you lying. I'm on the phone. I'm thinking, no, you couldn't be. She said, where are you traveling? He said, I'm traveling from Florence, Alabama to Atlanta to get my stuff. Can you believe that? He and how do you grow up, go to school together, do all that, and end up in a small town, Florence, Alabama? At this point, Georgianne said, I can leave. I can leave. She's in good hands. She has a school friend. I can leave. She got church. You know, she's the senior pastor. So she got the church folks. She got a school friend. She got music. I can leave. And that's where she met her husband, up there. And we met him together because his wife had passed away, and her service was in Evelyn's church that she had been assigned, because that's where the wife had attended before he became the pastor of another church. Isn't that something? I tell you, he will order your steps. Can you imagine? None of this worked up in Florence. It probably doesn't work here, but you can get away with it. You know, I was just over the top. I've been over the top, and this gives me even more reason to be over the top, because I'm in my own house doing my own thing, and I'm happily doing it. It's a good something for me, I know. But up in Florence, people knew me or smelled me, or people just knew you. I will say this though, but I can understand the small town thing. If it had just been one more thing, I probably would still be there. You could go in any store. Oh, this is gross. Should I say this? I don't know. You can go in any store and ask, do you have a restroom? And they'll say yes. They have restrooms in every store, even the dollar store. I love the dollar store up there. And people are kind. There was a kindness there that maybe you don't see in big cities. Maybe they have time to be kind because they all know one another. But if you act like you're going to step off the curb in front of the Publix, you're just standing there and you say, oh, I'll wait for the car to go by. Honey, the car will sit there till Jesus come back. You need to go and step off the curve, because, no, it's curb. What am I spelling? What am I saying? Step off the curb, because that car is going to wait for you to cross in front of them. Yes, it is. The other part is, I didn't know that somebody went with you to carry your groceries in Publix. Sometimes over here, big Publix is not, but that Publix up there, they didn't want you to touch the thing, the basket. Seems like people in small towns, they know you, or they go out the way, or they know you ain't from here, are you? I loved all of it though. I did, because no, I'm not. And I was okay with it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I asked one lady, I said, how long you been here? All my life. I said, have you been somewhere? I don't want to go anywhere. I said, oh, okay. She said, I'm staying right here. I like it right here. This is where I belong. I said, oh, hey. Shotgun asongu. Oh, wait a minute. Shotgun asongu. To each his own. Oh, I got some French. I can't believe it. I've forgotten my French. Well, I'm not going to tell you that story. Anyway, we found some good places to eat. People knew us. There was like them two from Atlanta. One is the pastor. Church is everything in these areas. There's a church on every space in these small towns. Church is everything. They got churches and we got churches. And people in church all day. And then they play football together, I guess. They do some things together, and then it's a separation. Everybody is in his or her or they or them's place. I learned. Yes, I did. Because my daughter was passed up there and I didn't want to get her. I just, I couldn't, I just knew I had to do something. They had a place called Bargain Hunt. They knew me because Bargain Hunt is all over maybe the country. But Bargain Hunt in a small town, they're going to look for some other kind of clothes. But they're going to have some other kind of clothes in there that people didn't buy in Atlanta and New York or wherever they get the stuff from that I'm going to like, and I'm going to get it on sale. I'm the sale queen. I was in Bargain Hunt. Oh my God. They had stuff in there. I was like, what's the price on this? Are you serious? Small town. Because where were they going and all that stuff that I was liking? All that leather this and fringe that and satin this and glitter that. All that would be hanging over there on the side. I could go and find something on the floor. Nobody needed all that up there. I was like, I was in heaven. I was. So, it was a good experience for me. Sometimes you need other experiences. Have you taken yourself out of your comfort zone and gone somewhere else? It's something to come out that comfort zone. It is. I thank God for Alvin having that experience and the church experience and just being there. I was in my 70s, early 70s. So I had energy. I could walk and talk and chew gum at the same time. It was good. So Florence, Alabama, thank you for that experience. Thank you for the water they had so much water everywhere. I love to be sitting on the water. People fished. People go in the middle of the day and go fishing. Oh my God. If you fish, if you like to fish, you would just move to Florence, Alabama and just live with whatever it is. Just find your place and get in it and go fishing every day. Somebody had a boat out there here and a boat here. People would just walk somewhere and just, man, it was, but I tell you what got me. Here's my last thing. Georgiana doesn't do snow. I got it one day. It was snow and ice. I said, whoa, wait a minute now. I grew up in this, not going to happen. And because we are where? 15 minutes from Tennessee. Oh, 13. Why do I know it's 13 minutes from Tennessee? See, my daughter is a pastor, but I'm not. Right? I'm not the pastor. She's the pastor. She's the pastor. I'm not the pastor. So what was 13 minutes from Florence was Tennessee. And what did they have in Tennessee? Well, when I would look on phone, and they would say, the lottery is $320 million, and I'm over here in Alabama, and it's $320 million, and Tennessee was 13 minutes away, and it was in Tennessee. That's how I know it's 13 minutes away. Isn't that shameful? Isn't that shameful? Isn't that just shameful? I'm sorry. But $320 million, that's a lot of tithes. That's how I look at it. Because I sure would tithe it right to the church and would be enough left over. But anyway, that's how I know. And then 20 minutes from Mississippi. Because my mother is a Greenwood, Mississippi. Indianola, so many different Mississippis. But Mississippi. And my daughter said, we cannot be this close to Mississippi. We don't go over there and pay homage to my mom. All we did was cross the line. So when we crossed the line, I felt something. We took a picture of the sign that said, welcome to Mississippi. I hadn't been to Mississippi, you all, since I was a little girl. And let me tell you something. I went with my grandmother and my Aunt Teeley, the Henderson. All the Hendersons out there, yes, I'm a Henderson. I'm a Henderson. So that was my grandmother's sister, and my other grandmother, my grandmother's other sister was Motley. I can't think. Why I can't think of her name? My sister gonna get on me. Down in St. Louis, Sonny's mama, and then we had Aunt Pearl somewhere. I don't know if that was in Mississippi or Chicago. My sister knows all of them. I was 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. We got on the bus and went to Mississippi. Wonder what that was like. I don't even know, because I was a kid. I do remember being in the back, but the back had a big old seat, I believe, and the toilet was back there, I think. Small town, Gary, Indiana. I guess it has the same flavor. It has a flavor. Small town Florence, Alabama had its flavor. The thing about it, what about your small town? What's its flavor? And you know, Atlanta, as quiet as it's kept, it has a flavor. It's a big city, but those of us who've been here, especially the born and bred people, it has its flavor. So, we're moving back to Atlanta, and I'm going to talk about arriving at Atlanta Metropolitan State College, right out of Florence, Alabama. How can I write this up? I don't know how to write up any of this. This is the best way to do it. If it doesn't mean anything to you, it means a lot to me to just get it up and tell those stories. Man, I got some stories for you. I love you, and you can't do anything about it.